Hey guys, welcome to Fiverr Success. And in this lecture, we're going to be talking about who and what to avoid on Fiverr as a seller. Okay, so this comes from a year of experience. So this should be helpful to you guys. I hope you guys never run across anything like this, but if you do, you'll be aware of it and you'll be sure to avoid it. So what to be aware of? The first is new to Fiverr internet social media buyers. So what I mean by this is people who message you or buy your gig and they're new to Fiverr. They don't even know how to do how to even message you, or it's just a headache. Like, there's people out there who will ask you a lot of questions in terms of how do I do this, or how do I copy and paste a link, and you'll be holding their hand and constantly going back and forth for them just for $4, and it's really a big headache. I would rather just cancel the order and tell them, listen, I'm sorry, I can't help you, and let it be someone else's problem. Because as much as I sympathize with people, everyone was new to the internet at some point. It is business, and you are trying to make money, so you don't want to waste too much money or spend too much time rather on Fiverr. So it's best to just avoid these kinds of buyers as you start getting more and more orders on Fiverr. Buyers who ask too many questions. So if your gig is very simple and you feel like you describe everything in your gig description, yet these people ask tons and tons of questions, even questions are answered. Your answer, give them answers that they're already on your gig description. Just avoid these people. Generally, these people are very difficult to please, and even if you do a bang up job and deliver the gig and everything, they might want more, or they might be unsatisfied. So I find people like this are generally a big headache. I like customers or buyers who are very straight to the point. They order my gig, they give me exactly what I ask for, I deliver it, they leave feedback, and that's it. That's the end of the transaction. So it's very important you just deal with the simple buyers, the ones who are not going to be a headache. And I find the ones who ask many questions are generally a headache. Beware of extremely large orders. As you start on Fiverr, as you eventually become level 2, you'll start to be able to have gig extras and stuff like that. And maybe they'll have really expensive gig extras, and one day someone's going to buy every gig extra and buy just tons of multiples of it. I highly recommend you are cautious with these orders, because what I find is people register on Fiverr, they will buy a huge gig, they'll get the gig, they'll get the delivery, and then they'll open a dispute on PayPal, get their money back. They'll get banned on Fiverr, but they don't care. They got their free work or free gig, and they'll run away. So this has happened to me a couple of times, unfortunately, especially the first time I ever got my first large order, which was about $80 total, something like that. I did the work, and the buyer eventually opened the dispute on PayPal. They didn't even say anything bad about the gig or even positive. They didn't leave any review at all. They never even responded to any of my messages, and they just opened the dispute, and I lost a lot of time and money with that. So just be cautious when it comes to a really large order, especially from a new profile. If this person has no profile picture or no rating, no gigs, it could be suspicious, so just be careful. Another one that I get quite often, actually, which is pretty funny, is sometimes I'll get a message in my inbox and it'll say, hey, I just ordered such and such gig, here's the information. So these people are trying to piggyback, they're trying to take advantage of how busy I am, so they think I won't notice that they didn't actually buy my gig. They'll just say I bought this gig, and they'll provide the info, hoping that I'll do it for free. And I'm surprised at how often I actually get this all. The nice thing about Fiverr, though, is when you get a message in the top left hand corner, you'll see something that says sales. So if they bought 1 or 2 gigs from me, you'll say 1 sale or 2 sales. And if you don't see that in this person's conversation, if you're in your conversation with them, then you know this person didn't buy any of your gigs. And generally, I just ignore these messages or delete them. It's not worth going back and forth with these people. They're just trying to just scam you, basically. So just avoid them. Random attachments. So if you are selling a gig that doesn't require anyone to upload anything to you, don't open any of the attachments, okay? And make it clear too. If someone sends you an attachment in the order, just tell them, listen, please copy and paste the information to me. I don't open attachments on Fiverr. It's very risky. I mean, I know this sounds like stuff you should already know. It sounds like common sense, but at the end of the day, you are on Fiverr. You're trying to make a buck, and you're not thinking, you're just trying to make money, and you open these things, and you never know, it could be something vicious. I'm not saying everyone is out to get you on Fiverr, but stuff happens. So generally, I don't open up any attachments unless I ask for them on Fiverr. The last thing is phishing sites. So you'd be surprised how often this actually happens to me. People will try and send me a message and say, like, check out this gig, and it's actually a fake Fiverr site or a Fiverr clone that will ask me to log in. And I have seen this, and every time I see it, I like to click on it because I like to report it to Fiverr, because I think it's, you know, it's hurtful to the community, especially if this were to happen to me. I would hate it. So be careful with people who try and ask for information. Generally, if you click on a link to something that says Fiverr.com or something like that, and it's asking you to log in again, it's likely a phishing site. Just remember to check the domain. Just be careful, guys. It can happen. I know, again, this sounds like common sense stuff, but if I didn't tell you this, you wouldn't be aware of it. So now you're aware of it, you're going to avoid it, right? So it's just useful information. And that's it for this lecture. I just want to quickly point out things to avoid on Fiverr. I hope this helped you. It just brings you guys awareness to these things, and it'll actually prevent you from falling into these traps in the future. Thanks a lot, guys.